everyone, Miss Bramlett here, and this is just a really quick look at how to set up a Google Sites page as well as how to create a Google Drive folder. The first thing we're going to do is create that Google Drive folder. So you go to the app dashboard in your top right, click on it, then click Drive. And then you will see your very own Google Drive where you can store photos, you can store documents, presentations, PDFs. It's really up to you. And I use Google Drive a lot. I have 3 different Google accounts and I have them all pretty much full. So it's a very useful concept. Well, today what we're going to do is quickly create a folder for you. I'm trying to keep this recording under 15 minutes. So if I talk fast, just feel free to rewind and listen to it again. If not, you can also ask me questions anytime. All right, so to create a Google Drive folder, you go up to New. Now this, of course, is in Google Drive, which you have to have a Gmail address to get your Google Drive. I did not mention that. So I have a Gmail address, which is amberedtech@gmail.com. So I clicked on Google Apps, went to Google Drive, and it brought me here. Google Drive, you can change the layout where it looks more like that. That's usually what people's looks like. So, all right. So what you're going to do is go to New, and then go to Folder. And we are going to name this folder Bramlett EdTech 2020. And everything I do for EdTech will be in that folder. Now, while I'm here, I'm going to do 2 very important things. First, I'm going to change the color. This is my favorite color, Kelly Green. If anybody, well, actually, they call it Vern Green, but I call it Kelly Green. So we're going to change that. And then we're going to share it. Now, the sharing is so important. You cannot skip this step. If I am your teacher, then you're going to share it with Amber EdTech. If I'm not your teacher and it is Mrs. Cook, you are going to share it with Penny EdTech. So let me type that in for you. Okay, so you're going to either share it with me at Amber EdTech or Penny at EdTech at Gmail. If you share it with asubb.edu, we cannot open it. And I'm going to put, here's my shared folder for EdTech, just so the teacher will know what I'm doing. All right, so now your teacher should be able to look in your folder. And the way that I describe folders is just like you would in an English class or a math class. You have folders for each individual class. Only with this, it's a digital folder, and you can open it from anywhere. So right now, there's nothing in your folder. It's blank. So you want to upload some things that you have already done in the past. So what you need to do, go to that nifty plus sign, go to File Upload, and this will go straight to the desktop of the computer that you're using. I have a test document right here that is a PDF that I'm going to upload. And there it is. And because you have shared this folder with your teacher also can see this. But if you want to double check, because everything needs to be shared, you go to shared and then you double check to make sure the right people have access to it. Okay, so then the next thing, let's say I have something that I want to create and put in the folder. So you hit New, and it's either going to be a presentation, like a Google Slides presentation, or a document. So let's create a doc. And yes, you want to share with the same people. Let's name it Observation Reflections. Okay, we're going to name it that too. Here. Oh, I misspelled it. There we go. Oh, if you have not installed Grammarly, it is the handiest little app I've ever had. Okay, so once you click out, it'll automatically save, and then your document will be displayed in your folder. Now let's say Mrs. Cook or Mrs. Brown, let's say you need to turn it in as a PDF. Some people don't understand what a PDF is. A PDF is simply a copy of a document. So it's like digitally photocopying a document. Like you would go to the copy machine, make a copy, but you're going to make a digital copy. To do that, you simply go to File, Download, and download this as a PDF. It's going to ask you to name it. Oh, it named it by itself. Sometimes it does that. All right, so here is your PDF. Now you cannot change it because it's like a photocopy, just like you can't edit a photocopy. Now, to get the PDF back into your folder, okay, let's go back, find your folder again. Here it is. Okay, and we want to hit New, go to File, Upload. And then we find it. And there you go. And that is how you work Google Drive. It is very simple. Now, to create a Google site, what we're going to do, we are first going to put in the words Google site in a Google search because it's easier to find it that way. Click Google Sites. And here's another big plus sign because you're going to create your own site. So hit the plus sign. Okay, so the most important thing first is to put your name in two places. I put my name here. Okay, and I make sure that it's readable, that everything is centered. Just be creative with it. Okay, so I put my name here, and then I also put my name here. Okay, both places. Then I usually go in and I go to change image, select image, and I pick something, I select something and change it, make it look a little bit individualized. Okay, so the very important things to remember when you are creating your Google Sites, I had asked for everyone to have a table of contents. All that is adding sub pages to your website. So you just go to pages, and of course we've got our home page that we just made, and then we are going to add sub pages. And for everything listed as a sub page, like resume and cover letter, that goes under home. Another one, the about me sub page. Okay, another one, public service activities. Okay, and you just go down the list and make a page for everything. Now, let me tell you, I'm not a stickler for how you do your pages because some people like to do a separate page for introduction to teaching, ed tech, and child growth. And that is just fine. You can do it that way, and then within each one of these, you can make sub pages of that. Add a sub page from child growth that says, like you have to do a timeline in that class. Okay, so just kind of play with it and figure out a way that you can make it be pretty organized. All right, the next thing that is very important is making sure that it's published. This big button right here, click it, publish, and then you make sure you name it. Okay, I'm just going to give it a name I know that no one else has. Then I'm going to hit request public search engines not display my stuff because I want it to be somewhat private. So I'm going to hit publish, and then suddenly I've got my own website. All right, so then the next thing we're still right here on our page, and we are going to share this with Miss Bramlett or Miss Cook. So do it the same way. Put Amber EdTech or Penny EdTech. Now do not share this with our ASUB email because we cannot open it that way. Okay, so then if you want to preview it, you can either copy the published link and then get a new site and then hit Control, and it'll take you straight to your home page. Okay, so there is your table of contents to the right, and this is your home page, and everything looks great. So you have your own web page. It's really cool. Okay, so you can pull things in from your Google Drive, and that is very easy as well. Let's see. These are just some things that I had written for other classes, so I'm just going to pull them in. And sometimes it pulls underneath it, but you can just drag and drop it where it needs to go. And then just name it. All right, so and it's up to you. You can change your theme, do whatever, change the colors. There's just a lot of different things that you can do. And this is up to you. There's no set way to do it. But one thing that you need to remember is the easiest way to just drop your stuff is by finding the folder that you created, which will be right here, and then using that as like a place to get all your stuff and put it in. Okay, it's just that simple. And I will be happy to look at yours beforehand. Just kind of give me a heads up and say, hey, I'd really like you to look at my site and see if there's anything I need to change, see if anything's not working. We have quite a while to get this finished product completed, and I think that each and every one of you will be able to do it. Again, if you have any other questions, please feel free to contact me.